What do I think of Nintendo's patent for Zelda on a rewind mechanic? I mean, what's the date on the patent? Rewind patent is for 2021. Are you shitting me? The designated object selected based on an operation input. Like, I love patent language, don't you? It's like so obtuse. If I ever file a patent, it's just going to be in plain language. Like, look, by doing by putting the lime in the coconut, you do the thing. The end. Return movement to return to previously recorded positions and orientations, sequentially backward from the time of giving a start instruction based on the operation input. A state in a virtual space, including a player character, the designated object, and other objects is updated based on the virtual physical calculation. This is like complete nonsense. What game is this for? What game are these people at Nintendo working on? Obj M. Obj M. Obj F. There are conventional game programs in which the motion of an object provided in a virtual space is utilized. Like, what? I mean, I guess this was probably written in Japanese and auto-translated as well, right? So it's got that happening. A reverse motion of the object returning to the previous state before the movement cannot be utilized. By the way, like every emulator also does what they're saying here. Like emulators can back out state. A non-transitory computer-readable storage medium, having stored therein a game program of the present non-limiting example, is executed by a computer, including an information processing apparatus. The game program causes the computer to execute controlling a player character in a virtual space. What the fuck is this? Recording and positions and orientations of objects in a range in the virtual space into a memory at time intervals, so that the positions and orientation are stored in chronological order in the memory. Changing movement-related parameters used in virtual physical calculation, such that a designated object of the objects which is selected is caused to perform return movement. Yeah, I should have filed a patent and sued their ass. Not that I was the first person to do that either. Like, holy fuck. Oh my god, this is such trash. A novel game can be implemented which is different from games in which an object is caused to only return to its previous states. Dude, in return movement, the state of an object is not caused. This is like World 3 of Braid that they're talking about here. Where's World 4? Where do they try to patent space, time based on space? A pointer for selecting a designated object to be caused to perform return movement from selectable objects can be presented to the user. I mean, this basically covers all undo as well. What they're like, the language is so broad. Like every puzzle script game violates this patent, supposedly, except, of course, those games all existed first. How is this patent even allowed? Like, dude, nobody understands the patent. Nobody gives a shit. Like, this isn't written in human language meant to be understood. And honestly, it should have got rejected based on that. This is making me want to burp. It's not the soda stream, it's the patent. This is like all just the same text. Like, what the hell? Look, he's rewinding. And the objects are going backward in time. Like, they could have just shown a video of Braid or Prince of Persia or something. It would have been better illustration of what they're patenting. Various programs, operation data, design, target data, movement parameter data, cursor data, player character data, object data, return movement. So where is this in process? Like, is this a granted, or can I like file an amicus brief saying this is bullshit in Japan somewhere? And then Nintendo will never speak to me again or allow me to publish on any other platforms. The status says it's pending. How do I file something to block this? Examiner's search strategy and results. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Wonderful search strategy. Prior art defense is valid even if it's granted. I know, but this is just bad behavior. Like, they know, the people filing this patent fucking know that games have done this before. A lot. Like I said, this doesn't just cover rewind, okay? This covers undo systems generally. And they know that. So they're just being dicks, is what's happening. Team up with Superhot. Superhot doesn't have rewind, does it? Who could we team up with? I mean, I could team up with Microsoft, who has Blinks the Time Sweeper. That has return motion. Oh my God, I can't believe how bad this is, man. Man. I'm tweeting about it right now. And then for the second one, I'm going to get extra snarky. All right. So we have now snarkily tweeted about this. Now Nintendo will be mad at me. Now, what one thing that they can claim about this patent is, you know, they do talk in the patent about selecting the objects to rewind with a cursor. And Braid doesn't use a cursor to select objects, and Prince of Persia doesn't use a cursor. So maybe they can patent the cursor part. Anyway, maybe Nintendo won't let us publish on their platforms. That's fine. Since when can you patent game mechanics? Well, the way it works, you'll notice if you read that patent, it starts out by describing a computer system with blah, 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 with blah, blah, blah. Basically, the way you patent things is you pretend that they are hardware. So they are pretending that rewind is hardware. That is part of why the language is so messed up. Are patents 95% trolls? Yeah, mostly. Yeah, almost nothing that is patented is actually new in the modern world. It is a racket. Basically, the way patents function right now is there a way for large companies to attack smaller companies? And that's it. Because if a smaller company challenges a larger company's market, the larger company just threatens to sue them. Because we've got so many patents that I know you violate some of them, and don't make us pay attention to you, right? Because we will sue the shit out of you, right? Well, why doesn't it work on bigger companies? Because bigger companies also have a giant armada of patents, right? And so if a bigger company threatens to sue another bigger company, then that company threatens to countersue, and then they settle, right? Because they don't want to go to like patent nuclear war with each other. So the only people who actually suffer from this are the people who don't have a nuclear patent arsenal, is how this works. Oh yeah, lawyers make out well in this scheme.